good to see all of you brave the storm. Yes, we are even Minnesotans. It's good. Um, I want to let you know that we're going to have cake in a little bit. We have to light candles and sing and all that kind of stuff, right? And we also want you to know, in case you didn't see it as you came in, that the sale committee found some extra ornaments and gifts and stuff like that in the tote after the sale. And so tonight only, you get to have 50% off of whatever's back on that back table tonight. So if you need some extra stocking stuffers or some other little birthday gift or whatever, it's there. These are all the handmade guild things. So have at it. We want to thank ARAC tonight for letting us use this room again. They do a really good job of trying to encourage the other groups in the area to use this facility for free. And so we're lucky to have that happening. They are going to move out of this building because they've been evicted. But they found a place just about a block or two away here. So they've got a sort of a temporary, permanent, whatever you want to call it, place to be. So they aren't leaving the downtown area. They'll be here still supporting things that we do. The next meeting will be at the depot on January 8th. Is Gretchen? Oh, there you are, Gretchen. Thanks. You are. That'll be at the depot at January 8th. And when you first come in the building, like when we used to walk in and go downstairs, this is on that first level, and the conference room is just like you walk right into it practically. So we'll be over there. It's not as big as this, but it's a little bit bigger than the studio. And we're trying to have spaces where we don't have to just sit in a very small area and then burn up, because we're also hot sitting next to each other. So we're giving that a shot. February will be back at the studio for by member, for member. And then after that, we'll be back at the depot at this time. So stay tuned, watch the internet for any changes on that. But that's the plan so far. So Gretchen, as long as we're talking programs, do you want to start and let us know what's on the docket coming up?
So for my core member, we've got 4 classes. So Sue is gonna teach us how to knit the Sarah dip on the scarf. Sharon Wickman will do beginning sprung. So that I guess beginning what? Sprung. Sprung.
Spring.
Sprung.
Spring.
But it's really cool. And then in the afternoon, Louise is going to do lace knitting. And Candace is going to knit not felted mitts, but they're felted sweaters that are offset sweaters. So it should be fun. And Patty Silo Downs will be for January.
Say it again.
Patty Salo Downs will be here in January, the January meeting. She's a felter. She teaches at the Little Folk School. And then March is Jasmine. I don't remember her last name, but she does shibori and dye. And then our April meeting will be our annual meeting in show and tell. And then May, we're still working out the details, but hoping to do a gold tour with Justin on the gold where they wove the sales and all that. I don't know the details, that's Josie's thing, but there's more to come.
Perfect.
So I wanted to share one thing. So I forgot to do this at our last meeting. So I got a little note from Pam Mante with the fish leather. Just want to thank you and your members for the fun evening on Monday. The group was so attentive and kind. Nancy and I really enjoyed ourselves. The activities you mentioned in your business meeting made me wish I lived closer. Amazing 50-year history. It was an honor to tell some of our story. Thank you.
Very nice. If you weren't here for that meeting, it was a fabulous presentation.
I just imagine how they did it. So it was really cool. I'm gonna send around you a sheet to sign up for treats for January and April and May. Well, I don't know, May's kind of an iffy, so I'm not really sure what 100% in May. So if anybody wants to sign in to bring a treat, that'd be great. That's it.
Okay, any questions for Gretchen?
Well, not Gretchen, but Carol, you wanna announce about the road study at your house?
The road study is going to have a spring meeting. And you're invited to follow your interest in rag rugs by coming to my house at 6 o'clock on Friday, April 26th. And we'll do show and share and just enjoy each other and have light refreshments. So put that on your calendar. And I live kind of near Chester Park, and it'll be in the newsletter. And my address and phone number will be there.
Carol, did you make your shirt in this?
I did. Oh, wow. Fabric. And it's my show and tell. What's
the rag rug?
It is.
Like used to be in Two Harbors and.
Right, the rag rug group is always a combination of people from the guild and people who've been meeting for years, gathered, of course, around Janet and me, but many other very, very loyal rag rug weavers up the shore and from the area. So
Barb always comes and she doesn't even weave rugs.
yeah.
But please, if you constant, and even if you don't weave rugs, will you please bring something to bear? Or
Thank you. Yeah.
Something that you've made.
Yeah.
Nothing to show.
yeah,
Not
not necessarily.
Okay, any, as long as we're talking study groups, are there any other study group notices that people want to announce? That most of the stuff will be in the newsletter too? Okay, all right. Let's go to the fall sale because everyone wants to know about the fall sale. Hey, welcome you guys, come on in. There's a couple more chairs up here. There's a bunch over here. Help yourself. So first of all, I want to definitely say a huge thank you to Kathy Thoreen and Barb Bunnell. They were our co-chairs for the sale this year. And I also want to, is Janet here? Janet didn't come, did she?
She might be online.
It's Janet, there you are. Hi, Janet. So we also want to tell Janet a huge thank you because Janet picked up a lot of pieces that, as you know, you just do them. And Janet is our just do them gal. So we are really thankful for all of what she's done. That doesn't mean that everybody else who had a part of this isn't going unthanked because we just couldn't do it without everyone taking on their little part. So, Barb, did you have a little report that you want to do? Why don't you do that now? And we'll hear about numbers in a little while then.
If you want to come up here so the folks on Zoom could hear you. Thank you.
How many do we have on Zoom today?
Looks like we have 6.
6 are joining us from Zoom. Okay.
Okay, everybody's probably wondering how much money we made, and this year we made a lot. The gross was more than 14,700, and I think that's a record. 10,000, more than $10,000 went out to the members. as a part of the 75%. And we had 39 vendors this year, which was a way record. I think last year we had under 30. So it was very successful. It felt during the sale like it wasn't quite as good as before, but Candace ran some numbers and looked at the square and discovered that we had steady sales all day, so we didn't have the long lines that we had last year between 10:30 and noon. So given that, we've been doing this sale now for over 20 years. Nobody can quite remember when we first started, but it was around 2002. And I was the treasurer for the first sale, and I spent a Sunday afternoon figuring it up, and I think it was probably the total gross was less than $500. And so at the end of the afternoon, I wrote out the checks and I was done. This year, Candace spent days working on it. And Ken.
I said, Kid and I worked.
Yeah. Yeah. So we've kind of kept going, doing things the same old way. And I think that this year we have to meet and have a brainstorming session where we look at how we've been doing things, if it's been working, if it hasn't been working, how can it work better, or should we just discard it? And so tomorrow I'll be sending out an email inviting you all to a meeting, and it'll be Zoom and at the studio on the 13th of December at 6, what did I say, 6:30, I think.
I thought it was 6, but whatever.
6 o'clock. It'll be there. You'll be able to see what it is. I've also included a bunch of questions, and I don't expect you to answer all of them, but if you can read the questions, if there's something you feel strongly about and want to address, please do, and please be ready to talk about these things when we get to the meeting. If you can't get to the meeting, then get a hold of me, either email me or call me, and we can talk about how you feel about it. But please plan to be there. It'll be easy. You can either come on Zoom or you can come in person. Let's see. Okay, we need a new sale coordinator next year. And it's something that we can't wait until August with. We missed an important deadline this July because we weren't quite on top of things yet. So we need a new coordinator, and we need somebody soon. So talk to me or talk to Kathy about that. By the way, Kathy, is she here tonight? Kathy had surgery on the Tuesday after the sale. She had a total knee replacement, so she's home with her leg up. And I hope. And
It doesn't have to be just one person. It can be 2 or 3.
yeah, you can share it out. Also, both Kathy and I would be available to consult with you. I tried. Kit was wrong this year. I wasn't the co-chair. I was trying my darndest to stay out of things, but and I had Susan nagging me all the time to stay out of things, so that was helpful. So we need a coordinator. We also have a bunch of team leaders that we have. So if something is dear to your heart, you can volunteer to be a team leader there. I didn't write them down. They'll be in the email that you get tomorrow. The next sale is we've already reserved the church up at the Copper Top. It'll be on Saturday, Saturday, November 16th next year, from 10 until 3, unless those hours are something that we just decide to change when we're going through the brainstorming and deciding what things we should be doing differently next year. Are there any questions? Come on. Okay, well, we'll see you all a week from this Wednesday.
Wait. The important thing is, where are the hands to go up that I'll take on this job? Come on, everybody.
You did an amazing job. We could always do bubble gum in a day.
Okay, we'll let you off the hook, but not for very long. I should say that the sale is one of our top revenue getters. So it's really important to the guild and what we can do to have these sales. So it's a very valuable volunteer job that you would be doing if you can decide to take that on. And there are a lot of notes in folders about what's happened in the past and how to do things. So it's not scary. It just takes a little time, but lots of people there to help. So think about it. Yeah.
Estimate, 100 hours? 2 hours? 200 hours? That guy's like an estimate.
Yeah.
What was the question?
How many hours it's gonna take to be a coordinator of the sale?
Honestly, depends on how many people are helping.
We always have a lot of people. Actually, as the sale coordinator, all you would have to do is make sure that the team is doing their work. Yeah.
Hours would you say you gave it?
Well, I didn't because I wasn't paid. I would say the last time I was a sale coordinator, I probably gave it 3 hours a month until the month of the sale. And then maybe 10, 12 hours. Yeah, it's not a real time consuming job, and as long as we have the parameters of what needs to be done, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You can just, and we're going to be working on a notebook that says, by such and such a date, you should have done this, you should have done that. And then you're going to have a volunteer coordinator from the city, somebody to do social media, somebody to do intake, and people be in charge of their own.
It looks like we have a question from Melanie online.
Go ahead, Melanie.
Yes, yeah, I just also want to extend my thank you to everybody that made that sale so successful. What a fun time, and thank you all for welcoming me, because I don't get to attend very many events because I'm so far away. So I had a great time. But my question is, another important aspect of the sale was not only the money we made, which is very important, and all the success of all the members and the money they made, but how many new members did we sign up that day? And how many potentially were interested in some upcoming classes that we are offering as a guild? Do we have those figures?
I think we have some of them, Melanie.
14 new members. I don't know about the classes, but we've already had one person came to the Belting study group.
We had three people at Belting.
Three new, right? Belting, yeah. Belting was really big this year.
Yeah. Did that man come
Yes.
to Felting group? Right on. I spent a lot of time with him that day. So
Do you want to
members?
tag on, Dennis? Candace has some information about the financial part of it. I think that's the other part of your answer, Melanie.
I've got a few more numbers. Barb gave you the basics. But I've got some, I think, pretty much final numbers. The total sales were $14,003.
Can they hear back there?
Um,
Candace, can you
wait.
come back up here so we
Yeah.
can get you on the microphone?
Where do I be?
Just in this general area.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not.
Sun in my eyes.
Yeah.
So the total sales were $14,723. We had 39 members selling for, and they took home $10,778.25. And please, in the future, do not have things in partial numbers, just whole numbers only. That left, I'm still waiting for a couple bills to come in, but there'll be at least $3,000 to the guild as a part of the fundraiser part of it.
Excuse me, do you pay the Calvary Church?
Well, that's the bill I'm waiting for. I talked to them today and I asked her, and she said, oh, she hadn't had time to get it in the mail. And I said, how much is it? She said, well, I can't remember.
It's
So,
like just under 400, I think.
okay. But here's a cool number. We had 2,309 items for sale and 741 sold, which that is about 32%. So about a third of the items that were brought in sold. And the selling prices ranged from $2 to over $1,000. So the average, which means nothing, we need the median, but I didn't quite get to that. The average was like $50. But I think we can do better. And by tightening things up, and several of us have been talking about ways to do that. So that the sale meeting on the 13th is going to be really important. And I hope you can participate either by Zoom or in person or by sending your ideas to Barb. So yeah, that's, do you want me to talk more numbers since I'm up here?
Have at it.
Okay, so you've probably figured out by now that I'm the number person right now. And we've transitioned to a financial software called QuickBooks, and it's nearly complete, which has made things much easier to keep track of. I don't know how Kit and others have done it in the past. It just gives me a headache to think about it. And we're continuing to add new features so we can stay on top of the guild's finances, because the good news is there's money to keep on top of. The increase in memberships, which were, what is the total number, like 100 and almost 150?
150? Is that what paid memberships? Paid memberships, are we about 150?
147.
Which is amazing. And there's new classes being offered and taken. And then with the fall sale, we're doing really phenomenally well, considering that, 3 years ago, we were wondering if we could afford the rent. So nonprofits are required, or not required, it's recommended that they have 2 years of operating expenses set aside, because you never know what's going to happen, and we're there. So we're in good shape. And I really like to say that much of this success, if not all of it, is due to the 50th anniversary events and the hard work of Kit and Marcia and so many of you who worked on all of those events. So you should feel really proud of the way things have been going. So that's what I've got.
Great, thank you.
It looks like we have a question for Melanie, and then Tracy has some class numbers as well.
Okay.
Melanie, go ahead.
Another thing I wanted to add was when my husband and I arrived in Duluth early in the morning, we had some errands to run. And one thing we were really impressed about were all of the street signs that were put up for the sale. And of course, we were in the Miller Hill Mall area running, the Joann's Fabric, Hobby Lobby, and the vacuum place. And the folks in there that I spoke to while making my transactions were aware of the Fiber Guild sale. And I have to think that obviously all of the hard advertising, but I also wanted to mention how great those signs on the streets were. Because they were very noticeable as we drove around Duluth, and we were obviously fresh eyes in the city. So I thought, my husband and I both thought they were very effective.
Good job.
Go ahead, Tracy.
Oops.
Hi, everybody, it's Tracy. The question, I can answer Melanie's question about how many people signed up for classes after the sale. Between the date of the sale and today, we had 3 people sign up for floor loom class, which is in January, and 1 person sign up for the fiber preparation class in February. Whether they attended the sale or not, I can't determine that.
Okay, great. Any other questions about the sale, numbers? Okay, we did good, you guys. We did good. That's all right. Let's see, Barb and Louise, do you want to talk about membership and drawings and fun things like that?
I just came in and Barb said, do you have the cowl? And I said, I know you're Sunday talker. Okay, well, when I came in,
You gotta stand over here so that I picked up, sorry.
when I came in, Barb turned around and said, do you have the cowl? And I said, it's at the studio as far as I know. So I assumed someone would bring it because it was at the studio, so we don't have it here. But has everyone seen it or not? Oh, it's pretty. It's real pretty, and it's Surrey, so it Surrey alpaca, so it drapes like wonderful, like it's second skin. It just feels real nice on you, and it's a real pretty color that I could never duplicate again. So.
So we're gonna drop for it.
Yeah, and we will get it to you, or you can pick it up at the studio. Whoever wins it.
Do you wanna?
I'll do it. Yeah. It is Catherine Fox.
I think she's brand new.
Yeah, I don't know. So that's exciting. Of course, then it's not exciting for you, but.
All right, we'll have to mail it with lots of insurance. For those of you who don't know, we are really so grateful to Louise for continually doing a creation for us for this award of membership. And so Louise, you are doing outstanding job for us. We really appreciate that. So
Gives me a reason to make things.
all right, we have a newsletter coming at the end of this month, so there'll be lots in there. Pay attention to that when it comes your way. And as long as we're thanking people, Tracy, are you still here? Yep, she's hidden. Tracy does an incredible job of putting that newsletter together, and we all have to just throw our articles to her, but then it's up to her magician ways to put them in ways that are logical to read. And you all know what I'm talking about. The newsletter is absolutely stunning. And if there were any kind of awards for something like that, I think we'd have to send Tracy off to Washington to receive it, because it's I don't know how she does it, but thank you, Tracy, if you're still within earshot. We appreciate that.
Thank you, Kit.
The other person that I want to thank right now is Becky, and Becky is got this technology mind, which is so great, because I just come in here and go, okay, I don't know what to do, but I got the equipment, so could you just hook up the wires and make this stuff happen? And Becky says, sure, no problem. So we really want to thank you tonight, Becky, for making Zoom happen and the projector and all of this stuff. So thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Yeah. All right, we have are there other business things besides anniversary and show and tell? Because those are the last 2 things we're going to do tonight and eat cake. Any other business items? Okay, let's part. Tonight we are here to do two things. One is to do show and tell, which we will get to. And one is to celebrate the end of this anniversary year. Wow, 50 years. This has been a heck of a year, all of 2023. And I want to have the people that were on the main committee stand up at this time. Donna, Carol, who else is Cindy's back there? Stand up, folks. Who else am I looking at? Sue and Joan and Beverly. And who else did I miss? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Marcia could not be here tonight. She is struggling. She's struggling with Tom's health, and I think she's totally exhausted. If you get a chance to send her a card, send them a card. Anyway, so I personally am missing Marcia tonight because she really needed to be here for us to celebrate this with. So anyway, the people that were standing and have now sat down all deserve your applause because they give.
Can I say something?
Go right ahead, Cindy.
Especially Kit and Marsha. I mean, we just did a little part. They oversaw, told us what to do, helped us and kept it all together. And Kit, you and Marsha were really, really on the ball and priceless. Absolutely. I second can't say that enough, I don't think.
Thank you. Louise, you didn't stand up. I'm thinking through my list. Katie, Louise and Katie, and who else did I miss? There were 11 of us. So anyway. I think what we need to do is I put together a quick little PowerPoint. It is not professional by any means, but it's a whole dumping of slides that I took throughout the year. And it tells us just what is it that we did all year long. But before we get to this, let's eat cake. And so I want to light the candles, and I think we should sing happy birthday to us. We'll come by and get some refreshments and come back, and then we'll run through the pictures while you're enjoying the refreshments. So
It's actually my birthday in 3 days.
well, okay. It's celebrate our son too.
45.
Oh,
Yeah.
What is?
yeah.
There's a day up in spring, where's already. I know I should even you know. So
I just was trying to figure out where I am. So many
No, after making out, have fire gill. Number. And got some little clementines up here if someone would rather have that instead of the sweets. There's some nuts and there's some gold. Everything's gold tonight, right? Including. There's some hazelnut, candies up here too, so help yourself, enjoy, and you go back to the table and we'll watch our slideshow. things happening next.
Yeah, Margaret's doing some spinning there. Actually, yeah, where she been starting that.
All right, we are on to the next half of our program tonight, and please, if you want more cake, obviously there's more there, so help yourself, follow Joan's rule there. We have a time capsule that we're going to start with tonight, and then we'll show you pictures. Terry is I approached her and said, Terry, how about the Felty group do something with this time capsule? And what are we going to do for a new time capsule and blah, blah, blah. So we started brainstorming and trying to figure this out. And we talked to Marlis, who's with us right there. Hi, Marlis. So Marlis is the one that originally put the time capsule together. She did the felting on that. And as long as Marlis is on the show tonight, Marlis, do you have anything that you'd like to tell us without showing us what's inside yet, which we're about to do? Tell us about how you felted this. What was your idea for a design?
A long time ago.
Well, it's interesting because I remember the time capsule, and I remember putting it together, but I do not remember. I don't remember the details. I don't remember. I don't really remember what's in there, and which is, I think, why we do time capsules, because it does bring it into reality. But I wish I had the story in my head about how we decided what to do with it. And I don't even remember what the container is inside. So Bev, do you remember?
To show you, Marlis.
Well, Carlos, I don't remember either. I want to tell you that you could feel like you have company. I don't even remember if or I have a piece or something in there. I don't remember a thing.
Yeah. So I think we just ought to open it. I'm excited to see what's in there.
Okay, so what the plan here is that we have the time capsule here, and we have released the bottom, and we're going to attempt to pull it out.
Right, because
So
our plan is to keep this sleeve, because we love it so much. Marlis obviously, and whoever else helps, put so much love and care into it. And it's beautifully felted, so we might just embellish it a little bit with some maybe 50 on here, or we don't know yet. We'll have some plans, and do we want to talk about the plan for what will go in it or not?
we do. What we were thinking about doing is extending this little project out until about April. That will give us a chance to put in some meaningful little tiny mini things into this capsule again. So while you're looking at the recap of the pictures, Terry and I are going to try and finagle this lining that's inside of the vessel out so that we can see what's inside the capsule. And for those of you who don't know, the capsule was done back on our 35th, which would have been 2008, I think. You got that? So as far as how this will all get put back together, we still have some work to figure that out and how it will do. But what we wanted to have everyone give a chance of doing is figure out, maybe it's through the study groups, what's a meaningful thing that will come from a study group that can be put into the capsule. So we're flushing some of those thoughts out. If you have some ideas about it, bring them our direction. And so this is kind of a work in progress at this point. We'll have that all finished. So we have some guidelines for you to do. I think we'll post those in January. And then you'll have until April at the April membership meeting to bring those things back so that we can then put it back into a new time capsule and seal it. And some of us will be around when it gets open again, and some of us probably won't. So it's kind of a fun little project. So Terry and I are gonna sneak off to the corner now and try and open this, and you can be entertained while Becky runs through the pictures of what this last year has been. So enjoy. No, I did not put music to it, so you don't get that part.
All right, I'm gonna try and go back to the beginning if I can. Go. And Zoom folks, I'm gonna get you connected in just a second here.
I know.
Well, there's a little bit of music.
Music.
No anniversary music to go with it.
Right, yeah.
Oh, no. I mean,
Well, I don't know. I don't think there's any music.
You have to start singing.
oh, God, no, I'm ready.
Maybe the sound of peace.
Oh.
We can just use it. She was here to see about it.
Hey, boy, music.
You know it. Your hands up. Yes.
Yeah,
What?
you can always make it into a piñata.
Yeah.
What's fun? This is fun.
I have to do breakfast. So quick. Something more into the stress. Yes.
No, that's still lonely. Look,
What a look on his face.
I think it's really, I think I can't, if I'm seeing, I use slide, for sitting here, so much. Track, yeah. Okay, well. Great. Quick, what's it? It's good. It's sort of bullshit. But just trying to live by me, for your friends, you know, the one. And everybody here, you know, your experience. And. Oh. Yeah, it's actually, it's just starting to. Yeah, well, we need to think about it. Just what I got. So she's. Yes, I just didn't enjoy it. Just need to know how much they sent me a bunch. Then it's. Yes, she's. There's look. That was. Skates to context. That's something else. That's like it sounds like. Well, I see, I may be better to take the process. But I found the one. So, words, salvation. So, when she was learning, yeah, for that, it's kind of money. And this that makes me a lot of sense. So, maybe. Don't you? Yeah. She's that was those. Wasn't her. I was a professor at the community for scripture for us. Yeah, we can't really see. I just work things now as a CEO. No, who's there? Okay. Yeah.
This is the show that's at the Textile Center right now. They're on until December 23rd. So if some of you don't get down there, here's your viewing of a show. And this is the one where Janet's things were all being focused on, not our members. We were very fortunate to have the Textile Center offer this timing because it coincides with their holiday show as well, which they get a lot of people coming in to see that. So it was a good partnership, and they were thrilled to have Janet's things there because if you recall, they also house the Janet's Looms manuals. And I think that made a big difference for us to have that show there. Because they had a new respect for what Janet has done and what our guild is doing. So it's a ways away for us, but it's one more place to have our fiber out there and to let other folks know, hey, this is going on in the state. Pay attention. So pretty cool.
It's there till when?
The 23rd of December. They do have some limited hours, so you'll want to pay attention to what those are. Go to their website, textilecenter.org, I think it is, something like that. All right, so while you were just enjoying the slideshow, Terry and I were destroying the time capsule. Not really, but we had to be creative because Marlos did such an incredible job of putting the felt onto the pop bottle liner. And we finally said, you know what, we're not getting this thing out. Let's cut the bottom of the liner out and then we can dump the things out. So, you know, it's plan B, off we go. And we have some things to show us now. And I think what we'll do is I'll put this on the table here, and after we're all done tonight, feel free to come up and take a look at what else is here and enjoy. And it looks to me like they packed this time capsule, so we might have to make a big time capsule when we put all of our things in. Who knows? That's the next thing to do.
Kit, are you putting those things back in?
I think we should. Yes, I think we should. Like I said, it's gonna have to be big time. We're gonna clear some books out of the library so we have a place to put it. All right. I think what I'll do is I'll just sort of hold things up and tell you quickly what they are, and then you can come and see.
Made them?
I think we do have that. You know, there's so many. Oh, this is from Marie Glazeman, little felted sheet. What else have we got? Oh, a flash drive contains the DFHG movie Way Back and Into the Future, and pictures of all years, and some interviews. Cool. And I actually was also given a flash drive from Denise Perry, and she had some old pictures on there. We'll let that run. Did we decide we could put it on the screen or not, Becky?
I think we can.
Okay. We'll probably, well, I don't want to distract. Well, we can run that through. You can see some of the old pictures, and we'll have the option of looking at it again into the future. So if we don't get a chance tonight, don't worry. It's okay. We have more from Marie Glazeman, some little skeins of yarn, little mini ones. And Judy McLaughlin also did one of those. A picture of somebody's class of weavers. Janet Meany congratulated Bouquet 35th anniversary, and Karen Sather Memorial Butterfly Project at the Stowe School. So some pictures here to look at. Little woven piece by Janet Meany. And another one, who's this? Is this Sue? Made at Fiber Camp. So Sue did a little miniature coat there. And another little talisman tote. And this one is Karen, it says Karen Sather, but you think that she was she still around when she did this? Not sure.
Yeah.
Okay. We have a little scarf here. Look at these cute little things. Gretchen did this one. And another little, look at these. These are great. Little weaving that Denise did. Butterfly for, again, Marge Stocker did this from the Karen Sather project for the butterflies. Okay, Marty Martin did a painted, or maybe it's a dye.
It's dyed blue
What
on.
do they call? Oh, and smoothed the paper on. They did, yeah. Let's see that on the back. Cytotype, is that what they call that? Leslie did a knitted swatch piece or a mug rug. What is this? Right angle weave with beads and some other beads. I think this is also done by Denise. So a tiny little box. Another swatch. Mug rug from Shelley Norden. And another, looks like a another butterfly and Kimohimo. Again, Denise Perry did that one. Oh my gosh, who did this? Oh, this is done by Rita Nim. Look at this. Wow. Rita is no longer with us, but wow. Okay, very cool. We have Mary Vanderwerp who did a little scarf piece. And Beverly Martin did a swatch here of weaving with the picture of the scarf on the back. And a sock done by Marge Stalker with a little dragonfly pin on that. Oh, so cute. Thank you. And a piece of beaded jewelry from Linda Hebenstreit. Hebenstreit. Did I say it right? Hebenstreit? Okay.
It is German pronunciation, it's a little different.
Okay. Boy, these are some incredible pieces. And someone that looks like did some tatting perhaps, Christine Hensel. And summer retreat, so more pictures. And I'll let you just take a look at those, all from the summer retreat. Look how much younger we all, even the dog is younger. There we go. All right, so that gives you some ideas of what you can stuff in this volume of piece. So Marlis, are you still there? Thank you so much for doing the felting on this capsule. And
that was fun.
it has held the test of time, at least for 15 years worth anyway.
Yes. Well,
so,
there's felting around that's a lot older than that.
Well, it's a beautiful piece. So these pieces will be up here for you to take a look at when we're all done tonight. Watch for some guidelines. If you've got some suggestions that you think should be in those guidelines, shoot it my or Terry Happ's way, and we'll put something together that will make some sense and carry on our legacy. So very cool. Let's see. I think that besides the movie that Denise had for us, then we're up to show and tell. Anything else that anyone wants to say before we show and tell? Okay. I will just say thank you once again for everybody's participation, no matter what it was that you did over the anniversary year, whether it was actually putting some art in someplace or going to see it, because the support of our fellow artists is just as important as doing something ourselves. Let's keep doing it. That's what this is all about, is seeing where we've been and where we're going to go next. We got big shoes to fill where we're going to go next, because the talent that is so evident in this room, along with everyone else who's not with us tonight. It just is so awesome to me when I see what everyone's creating and doing. And there's more creativity out there. So look out 50 years, here we come again. So who has show and tell that they want to share with tonight?
I have something here.
Go for it.
My husband's waiting for me. I've put my knitting away for a while. So what I've done is to replace it is I've made a Christmas tone and cross stitch Christmas ornaments. And some are going to go as stocking stuffers and some with other just little gifts, but I've enjoyed it. It's been kind of really therapeutic for me the past 6 weeks.
Make them individual.
Right, yeah. Yeah. I found strips with all of my stuff, and so I thought, oh, I can make a bunch of these on one strips. But yeah, then I'll cut them apart. So anyway, that's what I've been working on.
Oh, great. Thank you. Let's keep going down the line there. Go ahead, Oksana.
Well, I have finally gotten brave and spun some silk. And like, well, a lot of the time it's like, how thin can this thing actually get? That's terrifying. But so far so good. I think I like it. And I just want to add, it's almost been 6 years to the day since I found the guild, and it feels like so much longer. Feels like I've known y'all for a lifetime. So
Cool. Glad to have you, and happy birthday in a few days.
Carol, oh, I already showed you this. And this is the work shirt that I teach up at North House. And this vest is the one that was hanging on the wall at the North Center. Just so that you see how it looks like with the real body in it. And but I'll just mention the fact that Erin Ansley and I are teaching a class up at North House in weaving and sewing a vest all in 5 days. So, you know.
Are you doing that during Fiber Week, Carol, or
No,
other
that's
times?
in January.
In January.
Yeah, Fiber Week, I'll be teaching a class, make a blanket into a pullover shirt. You're weaving the fabric and making it. Yeah, in 5 days. Yeah. You say it's well. Yeah, I mean, you know how organized Erin is. Well, the first with the weaving, and then we have changeover on Wednesday, and then I go next with the sewing.
So you're very well organized as well.
That's
the first. I made these pants. Ancient cotton sport. And the silk weft. I think they're 2 inches per inch, 12 shaft twill. I think that's it. I'm seeing, sir. And there you
So how scary was it to cut into the fabric to make the pants?
You know, it's really, after you've done it the first time, I was as scary as cutting when I used to knit and cutting through a spaghetti.
Okay.
So it worked out, man.
So Becky, you already have a little piece to put into the time capsule. A scrap of your pants with the picture. There you go.
So this is what I'll be doing for my member warriors. When he wants to take a closer look at it. Oh, yeah. I guess I'll model a Debbie Cougar. Because I didn't think to bring. Wait a minute. You gotta show it. Oh, that's not. Come on. Nice guy. Yeah, well, this is a rug that I dyed, snow dyed. Oh, yeah, so it's really fun and really simple. You take cotton, fabric that you scoured, put it into a wash basin, cover it with snow, and put dye on top of it. And when the snow melts, it's done. That's all. I put it in the cold part of my studio, so it takes to the like 3 or 4 days. Anyways, that's what comes out. It's so beautiful. Yeah, each color is this in Janet Meany's run book. You sew your fabric into a tube, you can decide. There's a formula to be able to get this, and then you sew the tube. It has to be a certain diameter or circumference, and then you apply the 7 fabrics.
I'm gonna take a picture, but they were seeing as you.
Yeah, yeah. When I saw it, I went, that's from the rug.
Anybody else on that side of the table?
My ears, and this one I added a little Christmas spirit. We've been fortunate in the fiber study group that we have a new member named Lila. Unfortunately, she's not here. I think her last name is Royland. I might be saying that wrong. So just last week, she taught us how to do fiber painting. And you do not use any needle felting or wet. You just put the different things, lay them down, so you're painting basically with fibers. And so she taught us how to do that last week. Of course, I had to add beads, so I did that as well. And the other thing she taught us were how to make journal covers out of a lot of pre-felt is different. You can see I have a little issue going with I love my puppies, but again, taught us just how to do this technique, and it was just fabulous. So she was really fun to have in the group, and I think we're gonna all keep learning much more from her and vice versa. So yeah, thank you. Very good.
See if it'll focus.
I'm teaching a bi-member, four-member, and it's on lace knitting. And, you know, people think that lace has to be real lacy and soft. And so I brought this because this is a shawl that I made. My studio, quote unquote, is this back room of our house, which used to be the screened-in porch. And they put glass on the windows. It faces north, but it's got insulated. It's freezing cold. So I made this shawl. It's out of the fleece from one of Ann and Max alpacas, Tinkerbell. And it's a 3/4 shawl, so it's not triangular, and it wraps around you feel nice. And it can just really get cozy. But anyway, the bottom part of this is lace because it's holy, but you can see it's really strong. So my point is you don't have to make lace, it's all pretty and soft and you know, fragile. Yeah, look, you can pass it around. Alpaca is so warm. It's really nice. And then the other thing I made, this was a 5-year project. What happened was I designed the patterning for this, and it's a Fair Isle sweater, and it's all in natural browns of Shetland. But it took me 5 years to get all of the natural browns. Well, there's 9 different fleeces in this, although when you look at it, they all kind of blend together. And it actually worked out. I'm so happy. Wow.
Beautiful.
See, Louise, you need to tell us too about your piece that got sent out to the California Gallery.
Oh, well, it didn't sell.
No, but where did it go? It went out to a gallery out of state. How cool is that?
Yeah, it was in Point Reyes Station, which is on the California coast. Big tourist town.
That's so cool. The next one will sell. Anybody else have a show and tell? All right then, we are done. It's a wrap. We've got the movie that Denise had put together with some old pictures. If you feel like watching some of that, feel free. Come up and look at the goods for the time capsule. Have another piece of cake. Do whatever you like. And thank you so much for coming tonight and partying with us. We'll see you in January. Remember, it's not that first day, it's the 8th of January. So we're not going to come back on the January 1st date. So there you go. Happy holidays, everybody. Safe driving. Good talk.
Light is bright.
It is. It is very bright. Watch your eyes.
Then I used to tweeze it. To place it where I wanted.
Yes,
And
but
then
then-
I- Just what I said, right?